much happier.
Check. Cool. Good morning. This is Supernova Sunday, so we have the group here, the band here, and we're going to play a song that is emblematic of what is going to happen here in just a few minutes. This is a song called "The Power of Love," and it's going to set up the power of love that we're going to demonstrate here visually when Victoria arrives.
Make another man sing. Change your heart to a little white dove. More than a feeling, power of love. Tougher than diamonds, bricks like cream. Stronger and harder than anything you've seen. Make a bad one good and a wrong one right. Power of love keeps you home at night. Don't need money, don't need fame. Credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's something that can be cruel sometimes, but just might save your life. That's the power of love. That's the power of love. Power of love. Next time you feel it might make you sad. You'll be when you found the power of love that makes the world go round. Don't need credit, don't need fame, don't need a credit card to ride this train. Strong and it's something that can be cruel sometimes, but it just might save your life. Say that all in love is fair, oh, but you don't care. What to do when it gets hold of you with a little help from above. You'll feel the power of love, power of love. Don't take money, don't need fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. Strong and it's something that can be cruel sometimes. When you power of love, that's the power of love. Can you feel that? That's the power of love. Oh yeah, that's the power of love. Feel the power of love. That's the power of love. Power of love.
All righty. Now that we got that, can I get just a little more? Can I get a little more volume or a little more bass on this microphone? Good morning. How's everyone? Are we grateful today? We should be grateful. Are we happy today? Happy and grateful. That's good. That's good. It's the kind of day that makes you want to say thank you, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let's all say thank you together. 1, 2, 3. I think we should say thank you for what's hiding behind the curtain there. Let's say that. 2, 3, and thank you. And if you can, stand up. We're going to start this on an A, and we're going to say thank you. And say it again. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you may be seated. Woo! What a beautiful way to start a beautiful day. Right? Welcome to Unity Center of Peace, where we are all about growth and evolution. Growth. We don't want to stay stuck in an old thing that doesn't work, that really is no stuck. Actually, I'm glad Chris Eagle is here, because I have to say that one of the first times that I came here to a service as a congregant, you were up here doing a skit with somebody else, and you had on this really, like it looked like it was 2 sizes too small sweater, like tattered and ugly, and the other person you were doing this with, I don't remember who, Reinhold maybe, and he said to you, "Why are you wearing that old sweater that's all tattered and looks, too small?" "Well, it's comfortable," you said. "It's comfortable this way." And he kept saying, but what if there were another sweater, so another possibility there that fits and is comfortable and beautiful too? And you tried to like pull this sweater off, and it was really hard to get out. It was such a beautiful demonstration of it's time to let go of old things that no longer fit and develop and evolve our consciousness. And that's what we're all about at Unity Center of Peace, right? So we have 2 manifestations of ways that we have decided to grow and evolve today. As you probably noticed behind me, there's a sheet over where the altar should be. And you probably noticed that the altar that we've always used is over here. Well, guess what? We have a new altar that's a private gift, anonymous gift, for which we are so, so very grateful.
You altered your altar?
Ooh, yes, Sue-Ann, we altered our altar. And so we're going to unveil it for you now, but first we want to say hello to the live streamers, people who are chiming in on YouTube or Facebook. We're glad to have you here with us at this momentous occasion here today. And so, should we do the honors? Isn't that fabulous? Handmade, and the way that this all came about was really quite magical, like a reconnection with an old friend, and it was just really beautiful. So, yeah, so here's what I want to just take a moment to do before we get started. So the old altar has been with us before I came here. I don't know how many years, and we have done a lot of sacred services on here, sacred rituals. You know, the 12 Powers Christmas Eve service, and every time we, you know, did a chocolate communion or any other kind of you coming up, and, you know, the intentional giving. So I want to just like take a moment and bless this and give thanks for all of the ways that it held our energy of sacred love. So let's just you know, focus on giving thanks and gratitude to this, you know, beautiful piece of furniture that served a wonderful purpose and supported our rituals in that way. Thank you. And if anybody's interested in taking this home with them, come talk to me, okay? And then let's just bless this new, beautiful, this new possibility and this structure that will, again, hold and support future rituals starting today and into the future. Let's just take a moment and infuse it with our love and our light and our welcoming and our energy of yes. Our energy of yes. Thank you. Thank you. And as Chris lights the Divine Light candle, let's just take a moment and be with that. There we go. The first time the Divine Light candle is being lit on our new altar. So it's pretty special. Just breathe that in for a moment. And so the second way that we are manifesting growth and evolution is a new way of saying our opening invocation. We've shifted the words a little bit because consciousness is shifting, right? Consciousness is evolving. We're all about evolving consciousness. Unity is all about that. And so I want you to take a look, if you would put that on there. See the new way of saying it. Infinite divine love, omnipresent. So let's take a breath together and say this together for the first time. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. Infinite divine love, omnipresent. And just breathe and feel the energy of that, the shift in consciousness and the opening to the possibility of that. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
I surrender. I trust and I know. As I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know. As I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall
Just allowing that music to further deepen into our beingness. If there's anything that might be on your lap that doesn't need to be there, if you would set that aside so you can simply be supported. Feeling how gravity and what you are seated upon are in this beautiful interdependence to make you feel grounded, yet suspended, supported. And if it's comfortable, you close your eyes or gaze softly down and just feel your breath and how it moves throughout your body. Maybe you're just aware of how your lungs move and your rib cage, your chest, your side ribs, your diaphragm. But I encourage you to feel beyond that. Feel down into your hips. Maybe you can feel it go all the way down into your feet, into your toes, to the tips of your fingers, to the top of your head. This breath is a very tangible, ever-present reminder of how we expand, how we take that movement into evolution for ourselves, for humanity, for the entire planet, and how that just continues. There's nothing we really need to do, but in this moment we get to be this evolution. So continuing with that breath, you may become aware of essence beyond your skin. Maybe you can feel the air movement on the backs of your hands or your arms or across your cheek. But maybe there's something that might feel a little more electrical. And you may also be feeling this deep in your core, your heart center or the center of your being, and how there's this vitality. Maybe it's electrical, maybe it's magnetic, could feel a little fluttery, but it is this life that is you, that moves through you, that becomes you and supports you. It doesn't have to have a name in this moment, but it is yours to experience, yours to shape, yours to play with. And I encourage you over the next few moments in the quiet to explore what it has for you, be it insights, experience, or something else. we continue in this exploration, in this expanded state, there may be thoughts of people, places, situations that seem somehow separated from this essence that we are imbued with, consisting of, comprising of, being. If you would call their names softly aloud or silently, inviting them to reconnect into what is already theirs. All of these and all of these in this prayer request box and the prayer requests that have come through Unity Center of Peace are being held, supported, and invited by all of us into what they need, what they request. Divine orchestration is already present. All 12 powers are surrounding all of these situations. And these people, these places, these situations are already feeling the impact of being held by us. So that in all of the unspoken intentions, prayers, are here connected to the essence of life. And that gets to evolve along with us. And so we are going to evolve it back into our body. So whatever that feeling, that sense, maybe it's visual, maybe it's taste, touch, smell, hearing, doesn't matter what thing it is, but invite your body into that experience. And so you may start by wiggling fingers and toes, stretching a little, adjusting, but feel that invigoration. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and seek connection with at least 2 other divine beings, which you have many, many options in this room. Yes. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to the expanded.
All right, we're doing things a little different today because we are trying to get the light shined on our new altar. And so we're having our sing-along song first. So we got the slide up there. And I will introduce the band. We're very fortunate to have over there on guitar Rick Keena. With us a number of times. We always like to have him. Of course, we have Andres over there on drums. Yep, another day. Glenn Jones is here again. We always love to have Glenn. And I'm Chris, and I can see clearly that we're going to do a song. So.
Sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. sunshiny day. So it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Big finish. Gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Bright Matter Plus today. Yes. All right. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so a lot of people have been talking recently about or asking me about darkness. Is there a power of darkness? Is there a power of evil? Because I guess it seems that there's kind of some darkness at this time in our history, and you know, we see people acting in ways that we might call evil. Seems to be an odd attraction for people to act in ways that are less than loving and caring and compassionate and honest. So what's going on? Is there a power of evil? And I'm sure probably people wondered the same thing in the 30s and 40s in Europe. That seemed to be, evil seemed to reign, you know, for a while anyway. And other times in our histories, you know, in our human history, there seem to be dark times. The Crusades, the plague, you know, as James Joyce famously wrote, history is a nightmare from which I'm trying to awake. You know, and there have been times in our human history we can look back and go, oh, that was kind of a light time. There looked like there was some light coming out. The Enlightenment, maybe the early 60s, you know, other times we can look. So what's going on? Well, let's look at this from a new thought perspective, and really my perspective. You know, I'm sharing my understanding. And just to clarify, when I'm talking about light here, I'm talking about the power of love. I'm talking about a conscious awareness of oneness. And I'm talking about darkness right now in the context of the opposite of that, of hatred and fear and injustice and intolerance and corruption and all of that. I'm not referring to darkness right now as the fertile void from which the creation flows, the birthing darkness, like that darkness of a mother's womb where an embryo turns into a baby, or the darkness of the soil of Mother Earth where seeds germinate and grow and develop. And I'll be moving into that sense of it a little bit later. But right now I'm talking about darkness as kind of the opposite of love and compassion and generosity, right? And honesty. All right, so let's take a breath together. So if there is only one power and presence that created the universe out of itself, that expresses as all forms of life, where could that other power be? How could it be? Think about what that would mean. So last week, Dana and I and our daughter Juliet were visiting Washington, D.C. We were celebrating her successful semester, and this is one of her favorite cities. And she had us walking everywhere. We were walking all over the great neighborhoods and the museums and the Smithsonian's. We were walking. Fabulous things to see there. We did avoid the construction that was going on National Mall and all of that. But the Smithsonian Museum, so one of the ones we went to was the Museum of Air and Space. Have you been there? It's fabulous, just fabulous. And we had been walking quite a ways at that point, and I saw that there was a planetarium there. And I said, honey, let's just go in the planetarium for a half an hour and sit down and rest our feet and watch a show while Juliet continues to, run all over. And so we did. We went into the planetarium, watched a show. And I have to say, our Moorhead Planetarium is pretty fabulous. I think it's equal to, if not better, than the Smithsonian one, right? It's good. But, okay, it's still good. So we're laying back and resting, and, you're surrounded by a dome of billions of stars that are all around. And the show is called The Birth of the Universe. And let's have the slide. I love this image. Never get tired. This is from the James Webb Telescope. So, these enormous plumes of gas that are, I don't know, hundreds of, who knows how many light years across, I don't know. But they call it the birthplace of stars. And so, the gas swirls around and eventually coalesces into a star, and all that same energy, that same matter coalesces into the planets that orbit around the star and, becomes a solar system. And these beautiful stars come into existence and then go out of existence and come into existence and go out of existence. The whole vast, infinite universe. And you think of that word, universe, meaning one. It's this one force that creates all of this. So there's no opposing power. If there were an opposing power, the universe would have annihilated itself a long time ago. So one power and one presence that expresses as all forms, that creates, guides, and governs the entire universe, that expresses, that is in, through, and as each of us, we're part of it. And we understand it as a positive, life force. We understand it as love, a power of love. All right, so if that's true, then how do you explain the prevalence of fear and hatred and injustice and separation consciousness and, that growing energy that seems to be there? How do we explain that? Excuse me, I need a little water here. Well, I sometimes find myths helpful. Ancient myths, creation myths, helpful in helping us understand, kind of like opens up channels and different channels in our brain to help us have a different perception of things. Not that it's true, but it just kind of helps us see it differently. So there is the mystical Jewish idea of tikkun olam that says that God is, that God wanted to express itself in different aspects of itself, wanted to know different facets of its being. And so it poured its light into these different vessels to express. But the light was so intense, there was so much light that the form couldn't hold it, and it broke apart and split into millions, billions of shards of light. And we are those shards of light. And, if you think about, if this were true, and this is my part of this, okay, so like a shard of glass over here, or a shard a shard of light over here. It looks like we're separate, right? It looks like we're separate from each other. It looks like we're separate from the source. It looks like we're separate from our good. And that separation consciousness is what leads to all manner of fear, lack, limitation, oppression, domination, competition, all of that, right? So the idea of Tikkun Olam is that it is up to us, those of us who are aware, to help bring the pieces back together, to repair the world, bring it back together. Isn't that an interesting way to see it? You know, it kind of helps us to see where this, you know, the idea, at least open our consciousness. So that experience, the experience of separation, is just that. It's just an experience. And there's a vast difference between what is actually eternally true and what our current understanding is based on our limited perception. It doesn't mean our experience isn't real, though. So I think it might be also helpful to think about this one power and presence, this divine love, as the sun, you know, metaphorically, as the sun. So the sun is always shining, right? Even when it's cloudy, even when it's a cloudy day, even when it's storming, even when it's a blizzard or a hurricane and, you know, really dark, the sun is still there. Now, the storms affect us. Oh, I think we have a, yeah. So underneath, we're under here. So the storms affect us. The winds can be really damaging. A little bit of rain is good, but too much rain all at once is problematic. And so here we are being affected by the weather, right? But all the while the sun is shining. It never goes out. It's a constant. So this is how I think of darkness, is that it obscures the light. And it affects us here in this human dimension, but the light is a constant. The light is always there, eternally there. And here's the thing. While we have no power to change the weather, we either need to sit out or, you know, gear up, right? We do have the power to lift ourselves above the seeming darkness, above the hatred and the separation consciousness and division. We have the power to lift ourselves above and align ourselves with truth and to have that be our experience. How do we do that? Well, the first thing we can do is, in the middle of the storm of darkness, we can turn our attention within. Take a pause, take a breath. Turn our attention within. You can do this with me right now. Let's just close your eyes, maybe place your hand over your heart, if that feels right. And breathe into that space. Feel that presence right there. That love, eternal. That light, always constant. And we can affirm, I am of the light. Let's say that together. I am of the light. We are of the light. We are of the light. Everyone is of the light. Everyone is of the light. They may not know it, but we can know it. We can know it. Take another breath there. All right. So that's what we do first. We start there. And then the next moment, we can see that we have two possibilities in front of us. The first opportunity we have is to ask ourselves, how can this challenging experience, how can this experience help me to grow and evolve into a better person? How can I evolve and realize more of my true nature, more of my full potential? And this is really the point of it, isn't it? So we want to spend some time here and really contemplate this, meditate on it, journal about it, work with a spiritual coach on this, whatever. We want to spend some time here and get clear about how I am to grow. Which one of my 12 powers needs to be activated here? In what ways can I begin to get stronger and develop and grow? As I've said here many times before, on the days where everything is going smoothly and everybody's nice to us, not the days of our greatest growth, right? Not the days of our greatest growth. It seems to be those stormy days, right? And, it's kind of like in the darkness of the cocoon that the caterpillar is dying to its old self and in order to emerge into the butterfly. And the butterfly, when it's growing its wings, has got to kind of move it a little bit and exercise its wing muscles. And you can see it kind of squirming in the cocoon as it's doing this. And if you think, I'm going to help it, the poor little thing. Hey, what if I just cut the cocoon open and release that poor thing? But the butterfly would not be able to exist because it didn't have the time to develop its wings so it could fly. Okay, so secondly, the second question we ask ourselves is, how can I bring more light to this appearance of darkness? In other words, what is mine to do? How can I bring more light to the appearance? Because, light, because it's the only power, is much more powerful than darkness, which is really not a power. So when we align ourselves with light, anchor ourselves in that light, then we become the expression of it. We become one with the source of love and compassion and healing. We become the rays of the sun that dispel the darkness. All right, so the word evil is mentioned in the Bible 613 times. I didn't count it, I Googled it. That's a lot, in a different context. And when Jesus talked about evil, first of all, he was speaking Aramaic. Many of you know this. This was the language of the people that he was teaching, the language of that place and time. He spoke Aramaic. The New Testament was never written down in Aramaic. In fact, it wasn't written at all until 60 or 70 years after, and then it was written in Greek and then translated, German and Old English, whatever. So something got lost in translation there. And the word evil in Aramaic, it is actually the word bisha. Bisha means unripe fruit. Unripe fruit. So Jesus was talking about unripe fruit. In other words, something that's immature. Something that's immature, that it hasn't completely developed, that it hasn't been completely realized. That's a different idea. That's a different understanding of it, isn't it? So darkness, or bisha, is not something to be feared. And those dark moments in our lives are the moments, they can be the moments of our greatest growth. They can be the time that we mature and we get stronger so that we can fly. So if we see those times for what they are and stop resisting them, as Donna was talking about last week, stop trying to make them go away, and then just kind of lean in, take a breath, and say, how can I get stronger here? What do I need to develop? How can I grow? How can I evolve and realize more of my full potential? How can I realize more of my light that I am? Right? So now you can see that I'm moving into this sense of darkness as the fertile ground, as the birthing power, as that power that helps to, or allows, the seeds to germinate, things, new growth, things to become stronger, new growth to happen, something new, creative, and powerful can be born from this. And you know, we can do this individually and also collectively. I think we have a really grand opportunity as citizens of this country, citizens of the world, to reimagine ourselves, to really take a moment and step back and get strong about who we are, who we want to be, who we see, what possibility, what's the possibility for us as people to live? What's a new way of living? And really take this opportunity to go within and envision and work with others and take this time. Who do we want to be? What people do we want to be? Right? It's an opportunity. So, you know, we can kind of dance, you know, between this intersection of light and dark. And certainly we want to celebrate the light. You know, we want to cultivate the light. We seek the light. We want to share the light. We want to be in the light. And in those times of darkness, not resist it and just turn within and ask, how can I grow? How can I take this painful, sorrow-filled, challenging, scary time and begin to really grow and really, really get this so that I can step out, so that I can fly, right? All right, so I'd like to read this passage from Rainer Maria Rilke, and I'd like you to kind of sit back and close your eyes and take it in. Quiet friend who has come so far, feel how your breathing makes more space around you. Let this darkness be a bell tower, and you the bell. As you ring, what batters you becomes your strength. Move back and forth into the change. What is it like, such intensity of pain? If the drink is bitter, turn yourself to wine. In this uncontainable night, be the mystery at the crossroads of your senses, the meaning discovered there. And if the world has ceased to hear you, say to the silent earth, I flow. To the rushing water speak, I am. I am. I am. And so it is. Namaste.
So this song was, Victoria suggested this song, and then I said instantly to myself, I would like to sing that song, so I snagged it from everybody. So, and this is a song called God Is. Now, I'm not necessarily a God-type person, you know. I kind of believe in the spirit in it, but divine love, omnipresent, is very hard to substitute when it rhymes. So I couldn't get that accomplished. We're going to start this song off, and then the band is going to join, and this is just a beautiful song. And one last thing, for me, I have recently realized that I am going to just have to relax and let whatever is going to happen, happen. And I have fought that tooth and nail for 68 years. So on my 69th trip around, I'm going to try not to fight that anymore. Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me, has me. Where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me, has me. Where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. 'Cause where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. Where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me, has me. Where I am, where I stand, where I pray, where I play, where I work and breathe and move and be, where I sing, where I go. I pray where I give, and I take, and I live. God is. God is. God is. God is.
Enough said. Thank you. And thank you for diving into the heavy topic of light. So we've gathered here into all kinds of aspects of life, but we have this common essence, this light and this fertile darkness, which I was thinking of when Reverend Victoria said field, and in consciousness we say there's a field, but also in quantum physics there's a field, but now there's a new fertileness to that, hopefully, from this experience. Thank you. So from that, let's embody the vision and mission together, shall we? Start with the vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness. And we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is. Yes. And one of those ways that we help that continue is by continuing this community. And so there are various ways of contributing and all of that. And if you're here for the first time, just sit back and experience whatever this is for you. If you want to participate, I'm not holding you back. I'm just saying this is not a should do. We're not putting that into the field. That would be the darkness part, first darkness, not the second darkness. But if you are participating of that, we have various things in the seat backs. If you are doing a digital gift, you can put this in as a physical representation of that, the blue card. If you're a conscious sustainer, the green card, and other options as well. Would you take whatever that is, realizing that that is part of your essence, combining with everyone here into this community? And would you share that in our affirmation up there as we say that together? Together? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
Would you extend your hands to these bowls combined gifts of everyone in this room, those on the live stream, and everyone that has some aspect of home in Unity Center of Peace. That, and with our wonderful prayer partner, Lorraine Lewis, holding this deep consciousness in it, we see, feel, and invoke the blessing of love, of awakening, of consciousness moving out through our economy. Some as the tithes going out from this community, but going through paying people's salaries, keeping the lights on, blessing and multiplying and moving through this system of finance and transforming it into the love and light that is needed everywhere. And that it doesn't stop there, but comes back through the giver to go again and again and again. And so it is. Yes. And, okay, thank you. Our wonderful prayer team leader and prayer partner today, Lorraine Lewis, is taking the prayer requests out to the foyer. So if there's anything that you would like prayed over by our wonderful, highly, highly potent prayer team. I was looking for the onomatopoeia. I'm sorry. But avail yourself of that. If humor wasn't part of consciousness, I don't think I could be here. Just saying. Just where I'm at. All right. I do believe we are at the point of welcoming people. So if you're here for the first time, thank you, welcome. If you did not get one of these coming in, the guest card, if you would raise your hand, the greeters will give you one of those, but most likely you've gotten it already and all of that, and just thank you for seeing what we're about. And if you've returned for the second or the third time, thank you. You have decided there's something here for you, something more. And we have a little packet that we would love to give you, so if you would raise your hand, we will be happy to share that with you, and you all are just where you need to be. And you're all here for many, many more times than 2 times, so thank you. All right. Well, moving on, I believe it is flowers next, but I am, yes. So while Roshana isn't here physically, she still made it into the service. Wascally wabbit. So these beautiful flowers on your left are those, and have continued on the right as well. But I'd like to share what she has for her dedication. I want to dedicate these flowers to the Unity Center of Peace family in gratitude for having found my spiritual home and a welcoming place where I can share the musical gifts that have been given to me. And to Ravi, who accompanied me on this long quest to find community stability and beauty. I feel like I'm living the dream, and I look forward to being back home with you all next week. And cheers to Supernova Bright Matter. Didn't see that one coming.
Did not see that. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little rehearsal. Ready? It's going to help us out too. Oh, yes, we can. I know we can. Yes, we can. And why can't we if we want to? Yes, we can. Try that. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Yes, we can. I know we can. Yes, we can. If we want. And why can't we? Yes, we can. I might have screwed that up. Then the second time is, yes, we can. I know we can. Great gosh almighty. Yes, we can. I know we can. You'll see. It'll work out perfect. Now's the time for all good men to get together with one another, to honor the quarrels and out our problems and try to live as brothers. Try to find some peace of mind without stepping on one another. Do respect the women of the world, 'cause you know we all had mothers. We gotta make this land a better land than the world in which we live. We gotta help each man be better man with the kindness that we give. Here we go now, and I know we can make it. I know we done well, that we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can, why can't we if we want it, yes we can. I know we can make it. Well, I know darn well that we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can. Break across your body, yes we can, no we can. I take care of the children of the world. They're our greatest hope for the future, little baby boys and girls. And make this land a better land than the one in which we live. We gotta help everyone be a better man with the kindness that we give. And I know we can make it. Well, I know darn well that we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can, why can't we if we want it, yes we can. Well, I know we can make it. Well, I know darn well that we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can. The little children of the world. They're our greatest hope for the future, little bitty baby boys and girls. We gotta make this land a better land than the one in which we live. We gotta help each man be a better man with the kindness that we give. And I know we can make it. I know darn well we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can, why can't we if we want it, yes we can. Well I know we can make it. I know darn well that we can work it out. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can, no we can. I know we can, yes I can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can, can. Oh yes we can, no we can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can, no we can. Hey, no we can, yes we can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can. Give it up for the band here. This is Glenn Jones, my good friend Glenn Jones, my other good friend Rick Keener, my brother-in-arms Andres Rosales. Give it up for those guys.
Listen to you guys. I could listen to you guys all afternoon. I could listen to you guys play all afternoon. Fabulous. Thank you. Woo! We are blessed. We are blessed. All right. So there's a couple of things I want to share with you, one of which is really good news. Really good news, something that we are so grateful to each and every one of you who participated in our Unity Blooms fundraiser. We have reached the first two goals. We're there. We're at $20,800 we've raised in this little community. Yes. Wow. Right? Oh my God. Thank you so much. So we've got two things paid for that we're scheduling in, I think it's the first week of July when the downstairs daycare is on break. It's the driveway, which we're doing recycled asphalt on the driveway, so you will have a nice smooth drive-in. I know, right? Woo! And the second thing is the HVAC system for the daycare. That is all paid for. Thanks to you. Thank you so much for participating in this. Oh, Okay, we have a special guest back there. And would you like to come up and say something about what you're doing there? Is there the YFM share out, maybe? For Shauna? I mean, Roisin. It's the next one. Oh, okay, this is... okay.
Look at that guy, just throwing
I wasn't
stuff
sure.
around. Adults are such messes. They just create destruction wherever they go.
So that was my shadow self, Messy Michael. that is my higher self, responsible Roisin. So if you would like to cultivate your higher self and to help cultivate nature and protect the flora and fauna of our area, please join us at the Adopt a Highway cleanup event on Saturday the 13th. Please be prompt, be there by 9:30 so we can all gather. It's really fun. You get to know people and talk about things that you're interested in and know that you're making a difference in the community by helping to, clean up after people who have not manifested their fully mature, ripened selves yet.
Right.
And behave irresponsibly. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And clean that up, please. Clean that up. Okay, I wasn't sure what you were doing back there because there is something that is the youth, the YFM. Our youth and family ministry is doing a share. In other words, what they have been working on for the past, few months. They're going to be doing an interactive time with us here after the service, presentation, creative activities centered on the 12 powers. They have been working on it, taking a power every month and working on it. So what they've learned, how they've learned it, they're going to share it with us. So please be here June 7th, right after the service, and they will share their wisdom with us, their abundant wisdom with us. Okay, so we've done Adopt a Highway. And Pat, would you like to come up and tell us about the play shop? All right.
This is good. The Unity Social Justice Ministry Team, whose members are Mel Karen, Mike Lidsky, Karen Rowe, Mila O'Hare, and Susan Witt, and I want to invite you to a play shop on June 14th, right after the service, and it's going to be wonderful. We have 3 parts. One is going to be a game where you get to learn all kinds of new facts that you may not know about social justice. A lot of the information comes back from the conference I went to up at Yale. Was sponsored by William Barber's School of Public Theology and Public Policy. So we're going to have a fun game where you'll have an opportunity to learn some new interesting information. And then we're going to have a sacred circle where you'll have an opportunity to talk, among other things, about how you're feeling about what's going on in the world today and how we can make ourselves feel better with whatever actions, large or small, we choose to take in addition to that change of consciousness that Reverend Victoria talked about. And then the last thing we're going to do, because you know what? There's people of different political persuasions in our community. Did you know that? And or we may meet them out there, and they may say things that just kind of from their not fully ripened selves that we might go, oh. And so we're going to have a reflective listening training where we can learn to listen to each other rather than get embroiled or whatever we do. So please come, and guess what else? We're going to feed you pizza from 12:30 to 1. So, and then the workshop will be 1, the play shop will be 1 to 3. So please come. Thank you.
All right, and that is on June 14th. June 14th, yay. Thank you, social justice team, for putting that on. Yay. Yay. Okay. Mark and Katja, would you like to come up and share what we're doing this afternoon? Is it this afternoon? What are we doing?
So we're joining with people all over the world, as has happened since ancient times, to celebrate Vesak, which is the birth, death, and enlightenment of the Buddha. And so I think this is our 8th year here doing this, so it's become a tradition. And so we will be gathering on the back deck. We have prayer flags. You can put anything you want on the prayer flag, write it, that you would like to send out into the world over the coming year, and we will be attaching them to the Buddha so that the elements can take those and spread that throughout the ethos, the ether. And then we will be also doing a traditional washing of the Buddha. Obviously, the Buddha doesn't need to be washed. This will be refreshing those parts of ourselves so that we're not clouded or compromised in our ability to be compassionate and wise. So then after that,
No, so as part of that, we'll be hanging the prayer flags. So the prayer flags don't look like this. They look like just streamers that you can put your prayer on. And we'll put them out on the Buddha structure. The old ones are gone, if you're wondering where your previous prayer went.
They've been answered.
It
They've
went
all
up
been
in the fire on Friday night.
Oh.
Sent it up.
All
And
right.
and then we're going to, from 1:30 to 2:30, we're going to do Dances of Universal Peace in here. And I'd like to just lead you in a homeopathic version of this. So you do this with your right hand's up, yeah. And your left hand here. And you go, Om. And then, let's see, what's the next part? And then the next one is Hum. And then this comes forward. Tram, sending it out. And then Chi, meditating on what you're doing. Chi. And then sending that light out. Okay, so 1:30 to 2:30.
Ooh,
Dances in here.
beautiful. Thank you, Mark and Katja. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for being such good stewards of our outdoor sacred spaces. Oh, yes. Okay, so after the service, we've got our sacred cafe. Well, it looks like we're going to do it outside. Such a beautiful day. Please join us for that. Deeper Dive is led today by Wei Ho. Yeah, so he will be back in the Deeper Dive room, in the meditation room, and we use a few things there, which is the last door on the right. And 3-Minute Miracle, our prayer partner, Lorraine, of course, thank you for holding space for us today and being our prayer partner. Again, miracle is the shift in consciousness. We're talking about a shift in consciousness is the miracle. All right, and if you'd like prayer, if you're online, just send an email to prayer@unitychapelhill.org and put your phone number in there. Somebody will call you back and pray with you. All right, so I think we have children. Let's sing them in.
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, dream of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. How y'all doing? Good, good. All right, good. So we are too. Big thanks to Kai for coming out. Big thanks to the 3 powerful children that we had today. Yay. We did a lot today. We got a lot done. It was fantastic. We'll need to figure out where to put these. Yeah, we'll give them to you. Okay, cool. We did the prayer flags. We connected. We've thought of others. But then we also started our month of June. We started today because there's the power of imagination. And so we started doing a site-specific sculpture outside in the little strip between the 2 sides of the parking lot. We've got a structure, and now we're just, for the next 5 Sundays, we're going to keep on adding to it so that it's something to bring people to here, as well as an expression of the 12 powers and what we think unity can mean. Join us. Bring your creativity, bring your excitement, and let's keep on going.
Right, thank you. Let's bless these children and the children everywhere with our blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. All right, so let's all stand, take a hand. We say our prayer of protection with I am statements. I'm going to go back here. And woo. Let's take a deep breath together. Oh, yeah, me too. Okay. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter.
Hello.
Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you.
Thank
Thank you.